So Ninja, do you know about it?
Mhm.
Okay, good. It is a really customer-centric selling system rather than hard sell, like making calls and all those things. And so I really like it. And we brought it to Presidio 4 years in a row now, not in a row, but 4 times already, and we skipped 1 year. And so we are a ninja company essentially, and we try to continue the Ninja 9 habits that make you money. And so I'm glad you guys are all here. Today, we're gonna be talking about customer service calls, which is the worst Ninja 9 habit, right? It's the hardest one. Not fine. Oh, good, I'm so glad. It's easy. Okay, all right, I am gonna pass out a couple things, but let's talk about making phone calls to your customers. How do you guys feel about that?
No biggie,
No biggie for you? Why is it no biggie for you?
because I like it.
Well, that's good. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if that actually worked. Okay, there we go. You don't mind making phone calls. I think in a world where it's so much easier to send a text. My first thought is always, I just don't want to get stuck on the phone for an hour. I don't have any help to give you a phone call. And so the call reluctance immediately comes up. All the reasons why I should make a phone call.
But I had a client who would only speak through text messages, not phone calls, and
Yeah.
you could misinterpret it, like read it 2 different ways.
Sure. Yeah. But I think what's, like you said, they're misinterpreting emails, text messages,
Mhm.
it happens. And so making phone calls is obviously way better customer service than
Mhm.
anything else. But how often do we make phone calls to our clients? How often do we make phone calls to our past clients? How often are you doing that? Anybody want to confess?
So my biggest problem is if I'm not making calls, just saying, hey, how you doing? A sales call, nothing about business or anything. If I'm not making enough of those, I hate making the call that is about business.
Exactly.
Crap, man, I meant to call him last month and now I'm
Yeah.
talking about money, and I don't wanna be that guy that just calls people when it's.
That's a good point.
So I have to be ahead of the game, and then I'm okay, but if I screw that up, I really drag my feet making that call.
Well, I love that you shared that, Tim, because I think we all have this thing going on in our head of why we should make the phone call.
Mhm.
And what you're gonna love about today's class is we are not teaching you a lot about sales calls. It's in there, it's one of them. But if you were consistently making calls, so let me ask you this though. If your insurance agent called you and said, hey, I haven't touched you in 2 years, but I saw the Lakers one the other night and it made me think of it. Because you love the Lakers, you're a raving fan. And I just wanted to say that. Just
Hey,
that.
Jen, it froze. There
What
we go.
froze?
Okay. Sorry, we're good now. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Then you'd open it up, and then what if you called the next week? Hey, I forgot to tell you last week. Rates have gone down and you save money on your insurance. If I put you on the hood, how do you feel about it? Then you're like, dude, this is that guy's my friend. Tell me about the Lakers, right? So don't be afraid to make the nice phone call first and then call them later. Like, I forgot to tell you something, right? So, it's okay. Think about when your kids, I'm not very connected to my family. But if I picked up the phone and called my mom, she's gonna answer, right? I'm her kid. So you really do have to kind of think of it like people care about people. If it's always salesy, they're not gonna like it. Which we don't do that, right? We're not super salesy. We are very much like value. What value can I bring to you? How can I help you? Right? So that's the one part about sales calls. I want you to twist your mentality from I don't want to sell. Dude, I gotta bring value to these people. They need me. These people need me to navigate this market. These people need me to teach them what's going on because they don't know. And the truth is, who do we listen to in the real estate market? Who does everyone listen to? The media.
Social media.
Social. News. The media. Are they always saying what's true?
No.
No. How many agents are there in the state of Utah? 20,000. Maybe more. If we all 20,000 picked up the phone and called our database and help them understand what's happening in the market, do you think that the stories would be changing out there? Do you think buyers would go, oh my gosh, this market is actually a good market to be buying, because there's so many sellers that are desperate to sell? So making the phone call, remember, you cut the media right out when you go, by the way, did you know? There's an excess of homes on the market, and that means you have a better opportunity to negotiate right now. Just wanted you to know. Okay,
So think it that way. So, I don't think these videos are gonna work. I'm gonna try. Tell me if you guys can hear this. Yes. Can you hear it online, Tana?
Hello, Ninja.
Yep.
Ninja Bob here. Coming to you from the Ninja World headquarters in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. I recently had the opportunity to go through Ninja's newest 2-day course called Ninja Now with Master Ninja Instructor and Guide Peter Parnin. One of the things that he taught us in that class has completely transformed my ideas and my mindset around making my customer service calls. You see, Peter explained to us that every time we reach out to a customer and use our 5-step calling process, making our 4 calls, it's something that we don't have to do. It's something that we get the opportunity to do, and we get to do that with the mindset of giving them a gift. Our phone call to our people should be a gift. See, you remember that our ninja mission, should we choose to accept it, is to create value. And we get to create value in steps 2, 3, and 4 of our 5-step calling process. Remember, steps 2 and 4 are the core conversation. The gift there is in deepening the relationship, showing them that we care about them, building a rapport, and making sure that they see our value and that they know that we have them top of mind and we're here to take great care of them whenever they need it. Obviously, step 3, being the purpose of our call, is the other opportunity to create value for them. The thing that struck me about this is I believe that so many of us, myself included, have gotten into the habit of just sending a text message to update them on where the inspection negotiations are at or that the appraisal is in. I think our world has really largely gone to a lot of the texting. But ninjas have the opportunity to give the gifts of being different and showing our people that we do our businesses differently. And we do that by picking up the phone, using our 5-step calling process, and giving them the gift of value, communicating them voice to voice and face to face, so that we're able to help them feel like they're very, very well taken care of. I would offer and challenge that you stop making the text updates. Go ahead and pick up the phone, give them a call. They're gonna love to hear from you. They're gonna wanna know what's going on with the value of their home, with the status of their transaction, or they're gonna wanna know that you're still there to follow up after they've closed and you're making sure that everything is going okay. Make sure you know your people, make sure you know that your people's dreams, and use the opportunity to give them the gift of a call and create value for them. Then it will unlock the opportunity for referrals and it'll build the relationship. Remember, the system works if you work the system. I'll see you somewhere along the ninja path.
Okay, so let me tell you a little story. I just listed a how do I get back to the I just listed a house in Washington Terrace based off of the next door neighbor that I sold the house to. And he told this, she's probably about 70-year-old woman, that she needs to hire me. So I went, sat down with her and her daughter a month ago and spent, a good hour walking through the home with them, talking to them, getting to know them. And the first time I had ever met them, and they listed the property with me that day. And we went under contract within like 5 days. Here's the cool thing. Because she was a 70-year-old woman, I had asked her, what's your favorite form of communication? Text, email, phone calls, what is it? She said, it doesn't matter. And I was like, okay. Because there's some people that are in their 70s that don't text. There's some people that do. My mom's 82, she texts all the time. And so I was like, great. So I've been texting her a little bit, but I've also been picking up the phone a lot more because of her age, which is funny because why does her age have a factor in it when these phone calls can be with anyone, right? And so I picked up the phone, talked to her. You guys, I've met this woman once in person, once. And the other day we went past our financing appraisal deadline. She was so excited. I picked up the phone, called her and said,
how's packing going? How are you doing? Just checking in on you, making sure you're doing okay. And when we got off the phone, she sent me a text that said something like, I just love you and I miss you. I've met this woman once. One time she misses me. And it's so funny how a phone call can create that connection that you don't get over a text, that you don't get over an email. And so, like he was saying, it's a value to people. Picking up the phone and calling them, even if it's a really quick phone call. Just want it because they hear your voice, they hear your energy, they feel your energy. I'm like, how are you? How's moving going? This is the worst part. I know it sucks. And she's like, I know, I can't believe I lived in this house 35 years and I have to move everything. I'm like, it's the worst part, but once you get through it, you're gonna love it. And she loves it. And so it reminded me that no matter what the age of these people are, they want to hear your voice. They want to hear your energy. They want to hear that you care about them. An email is really, or a text is really hard to convey that. Now, granted, I'm always an advocate of sending an update every week on email. Whether you pick up the phone or not, always send something. But making phone calls definitely creates a connection.
Okay, I still haven't figured out how to get out of this. So let's see. I'm so afraid to hit buttons that are not gonna work for me.
No.
Okay, here we go. Here is just a really quick TikTok about call reluctance. If this one shows. That is not the one I was looking for. Okay, we're gonna skip that one. I'm not sure why that went to something else, but it's okay. All right, so what do I just gave you a story, but what do weekly calls do for your business? They keep top of mind awareness, they create client trust and loyalty, and a predictable referral flow. So when was the last time you guys picked up the phone and called a client you're under contract with? Anyone? You're under contract with? Yeah.
Like daily.
I love it. You call daily?
For a lot of them, yeah.
Okay, there's not a lot of agents who do that. What about a past client?
I had a girl this month because we're doing the fall family photos, so it gave me a really good reason to call people, past clients, just people that I've maybe done listing appointments or CMAs for. So I was able to call them all. I probably at least 25 and invited them to the fall family photos. I got a lot of good feedback.
You did?
Yeah, a lot of good conversation.
Do you love that?
Because even though I wasn't calling about real estate, everyone wants to talk about real estate when I call.
So true. Yeah.
So what do you call about daily? Is it mixed bag, personally, professionally?
Well, it just depends on what's happening with their contracts and things like that. You know, how are things going, you know, or if there were things on the inspection, is that getting taken care of, you know, how's that going? Just
Great.
Just keeping them up abreast of it.
Yeah.
And keeping me abreast of what's happening too,
Sure.
so that there are no surprises at the
See, yeah, I was saying I like the feedback, even if it's negative, because the sooner you get negative feedback, the sooner you can handle it.
Yeah.
And if you're not contacting them regularly, sometimes they just won't tell you. They don't want to be the bearer of bad news.
But to your point, Melanie, I think, have you guys ever had a transaction? I know I have. I will be the first to admit this. That at the end, you did everything. I went and
Mhm.
needed this guy's yard. He lived out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a realtor job? No, but I did it. But he hated me.
Oh.
Yeah, hated. Didn't want to talk to me. Do you know why? Because I didn't ever pick up the phone and call him. You want to know why I didn't pick up the phone and call him? He was such a negative Nelly.
Mhm.
Everything's like, oh, then you're screwing me. I don't want to do this deal. I'm gonna quit. And I was like, you know this guy. So I would text and email. And my emails were thorough. Here's what this means. This is what we're going into. But he didn't like, and I hated that feeling in the end because I did such a dang good job for this guy. Plus I discounted my commission and
Wow.
he didn't like me. He wouldn't even sign the transaction doc receipt at the end. He wouldn't even respond to me. And it's so frustrating, but you guys, you know what I know happened in that transaction? He didn't hear my voice telling him how much he mattered to me.
Mm.
He didn't hear my voice telling him how hard I'm working for him to make sure he gets the best deal.
Mm.
Cause I negotiated hard for this guy. He was willing to give $2,500 towards some furnace thing. And I said, give me a minute. And I came back. Got it down to 1,000. He hated my guts, Dan. Crazy, right?
Huh.
And I worked so hard for this guy. But I'm telling you, it comes down to the call.
Hmm. Yeah, and you didn't want his negativity every.
I know, but I just should have dealt with it.
And I think part of the phone call thing, and it gives them the opportunity to be heard.
Mhm.
It's not just hearing our voice and hearing our updates or whatever it is, but it gives them the opportunity to be heard, which is so important in a relationship business.
Yeah.
But that is sometimes where you get stuck on a phone for a while. But they just want to be heard.
Well, this is what I do with someone like that. While I'm on the phone, I do a piece of paper and I write the positive and negative, and they fill all the negative, just that one person, and I write it all down, and then the rest of the day I try and put all the positive things that are happening. Because you want it balanced. That guy's just gonna be negative about everything. It didn't matter what you did.
Yeah,
He was a hater, he's gonna hate it.
yeah, he was tough, but
But you should have called him and said, oh, I'd like to hear your negativity today.
yeah. All right, anybody else, any thoughts on calls? Any experiences they want to share? Yeah.
I had a couple like that were older, June, that was the worst transaction of my life. She wanted to talk 3 times a day. I made no money off of it.
Oh,
It was so tough. I got their house sold, but I had to put their stuff in my garage because they just left. And left all their stuff in the house. I cleaned it out, put it in my garage, but when they came back to get their stuff, she didn't bring me a coach back.
Nice.
How much she loved me. She's like, if you ever come to Disneyland, come stay with us.
yeah.
I'm never gonna see you again, but it was.
Definitely.
I got that, they wanna go out every Friday night after the transaction, like, oh, please don't let me ever see you again. So you had to put their things in your garage, and did they ever come pick it up?
They did. When they came to pick it up, they brought me a chocolate cake and a bag. It was so nice.
Well, yeah, because you were her favorite therapist 3 times a day.
Yeah, good job for
She's
taking those calls.
Still,
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
But you obviously created an impact by taking those calls.
So tight, so I was shocked.
Yeah.
well, and now you can go to Disneyland, and
Yeah.
could you stay with them ever? Yeah, you'd be like.
Connor, are you seeing me change the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about the 5-step process that the guy talked about in the video. Did everyone remember this 5-step process from Ninja, or that hasn't been in Ninja? Do you remember it? What do you think the salutation's for? Set the tone.
Break
Okay.
your brain, yeah.
So you're gonna set the tone. What do you think? Everyone knows what Ford is? Who knows what Ford is?
Family,
Occupation,
occupation.
recreation and dreams.
Perfect, okay. Do we really ask people about your dreams?
No.
No, that's weird. But what they really mean by that is
Their
goals.
goals.
Your,
What
what
they
direction are you going? Are you gonna, sell all your rental properties this year, or are you gonna buy more, right? Okay, so not really your dreams. I don't wanna know what you dreamt last night. Okay, and then the last step is how long it is, 2 to 3 minutes. So, because I have this, like, I don't have an hour, but this person is Gabby. I have to learn to control the conversation. I have to learn to curb them to, I just wanted to call and say hi. Keep saying the closing thing, whatever it is. Just wanted to call and say hi. I was thinking about you today and just wanted to call. Keep saying the closing things until they say, okay, cool, because they'll get it at some point. And then you just say, I'll talk to you next week or something, okay? All right, so we're gonna go through those again right here. So 5 steps, connect with them, warm, friendly opening. Hi, Sarah, it's Jen with Presidio. How's life treating you this week? Just warm, okay? Anybody have any other examples of that?
And I use social media a lot. If I'm gonna like make my phone calls or plan out, like these are the 10 people I need to reach out to on my database. So I'll go look them up like on Facebook or Instagram because if I got something, right? Then I could be like, hey, it looks like you just went to Disneyland, or hey, it looks like your husband just retired, or it makes it sound like well, it doesn't sound horrible. It's not like I care, but I do, right? Because I'm taking the time to look it up.
For sure.
I did I'm manufacturing, right, the situation, but I find if I can mention something like, hey, I noticed this, or I saw you just posted about this, it just is that extra like, we're friends, remember, right?
It's a perfect way to explain that. Thank you so much for saying that. Because it is, they want to feel like you actually know them. And it breaks down those sales barriers, right? They know you're in the business, so when you do say something about their life or something, then they're like, oh, she's a friend, right? You immediately go in the friend, not the sales category, right? Okay.
If you know it well enough, and if you suspect that they have your number in their phone, then it probably comes out more personal if you just say, hey, it's Danielle. And not with Presidio. Because that kind of
Totally.
adds a business.
When they gave that, I was like, I would never say that. They know who I am. I think they know who I am. And if they don't, they're gonna figure it out. Like, who's this Jen?
Okay, all right, and then provide value, give something of useful, like a market update. Hey, I just was thinking the other day, I saw that there's way more homes on the market and you were in the market to buy last year, and I just wanted you to know, this is a really good market to get in, and here's why. So I just wanna tell you what that looks like out there. That's it. Or local events, you were talking about something, hey, I saw on social media that you go to a lot of concerts. And so I saw the Canyons concert series and I wanted you to know, I'm sending that out to my clients. Would you like me to put that in an email to you so you can see what the concerts are this week? I mean, this summer? Okay, just a thing of value. I saw on social that you love concerts. Okay, a home tip. Okay, we've seen a 5% decrease in prices in the local inventory, great time for buyers to jump in, things like that. Check for needs, lightly see if they know anyone. I kind of skipped this part. I really like it.
I don't either.
Unless they ask me. And
Yeah.
that's how Ford is designed, right? Because when you ask, how's your job? How's being the IT guy over at, Privy? Oh, it's been a lot of business lately. It's been really hard. How about you? They already asked me. Oh, you know what? It's been a crazy market. I love what I'm doing right now. My clients are, getting great deals. Whatever. They already asked me. I don't need to ask this, okay? Ask if there's anything around the house that they've been thinking about updating. Why? Because we have a list of people I want to send you. Hey, remember when you bought the house last year, you guys were talking about changing the deck? Just want to know if you wanted me to send over that phone number to that guy that I was talking about. Okay, we have a database of people that we know, trust, they're awesome. That's all you're saying. That's it. Okay. And then close with care and warmly and naturally. I'll check in next month. And again, that could be your kind of, hey, I just wanted to call and say hi. I'll check in next month. And see if you need anything, don't hesitate. Pro Max, keep it to 1 to 2 minutes. It's about service, not selling. This is what I love about Ninja. Not selling, even though it's called Ninja selling, it's about service. And it's about bringing a value to your clients, okay? So we have to really, really make sure that those calls feel like that. Then when you have to have the sales call, you've already created a total relationship. Then they already trust you, love you, and are like, oh yeah, you're my realtor, so why wouldn't you be calling about the sale, right? Okay, so goal is to create a repeatable system that makes calls easy and non-salesy. Anybody have any ideas or thoughts on that? Okay, you're asking, well, what do we talk about with past clients? One of the things that I do, I put my 1-year anniversary in my calendar. The Hughes closed on September 7th. Then the year pops up, Hughes 1-year anniversary. I have a reason to pick up the phone and go, I can't believe it's been a year. That flew by. How are you guys doing? And then you know what else I say to them? I negotiated you a home warranty last year. And it's gonna expire next week. Did you use it at all? That's such a value proposition, right? Did you use that home warranty at all? What home warranty? What are you talking about? Oh crap, I didn't do my job because I should have told you at closing that this is something so valuable for you. Now you have the opportunity to renew it if you think you're gonna use it. I just wanted to make sure you knew, because sometimes my clients call me 2 years after and they go, oh, the furnace went out. And I'm going, well, don't you have your home warranty? Right? So great reason to call a past client, the warranty. We always get warranties, always, right? How often do you not get a warranty? 1%? Not even, right? Okay, market insights, community update. They just announced a summer concert lineup. Homeowner tip, now's a good time to schedule furnace maintenance before winter. Homeowner tip, hey you guys, I'm sending out batteries to everybody that have battery powered. We used to do this when I was new agent, battery powered smoke detectors. Do you need batteries? Oh, no, ours are wired in. Oh, okay, good. Glad you guys have that. Just want to make sure you thought about it, because they go out every year, and then it's in the middle of the night at 2 AM when you get the So just a homeowner tip. Hey, I'm doing this. I just want to make sure you knew about it, see if you needed anything. Okay. You guys, you're not calling go, do you know anyone who's looking to buy or sell?
Right.
But they're reminded in this moment that you are a realtor and that you still care about them, even though you closed a transaction 4 years ago. Okay. Because what's the #1 feedback about people that have used their agent? Used it to talk to an agent. What do they say? They never hear from their agent. So I'm imploring you to make sure that Presidio agents are not the ones that they're saying that about. Cause there are so many reasons to call that are not salesy. Okay, what about a personal touch? I want to say happy home anniversary. I can't believe it's been 2 years, whatever. Can't believe it's been 8 years. I haven't talked to you. It's crazy.
That's
Okay,
too long.
yeah, and then to your point, hey, we're hosting a free client appreciation event. I would love for you to come. Is it okay if I send you an email about it? I'm the worst of that, and I love that you share that example. I just send out my invitations instead of making a phone call.
Mm.
But what a better way, I mean, how many people ignore emails that look like a salesy thing? Delete, 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 delete. That's my job the minute I get in the office in the morning, to delete 40 emails. I don't read them. So what, picking up the phone creates that connectivity, okay? Any questions or thoughts? Any stories you want to share? You guys are quiet today, yeah.
With your home warranty thing, like, hey, you have this, I always, when I put in home warranties on my contracts, I always put in like $60 extra, 'cause that's the service call, so I tell them like, you don't even have to pay for your service call, we put that in the contract. So like, call me, I make sure they know I'm the point of contact, not the home warranty company. So if something happens, I know what's going on in their house, and then I call the home warranty company for them, so that they don't say something like, I think that this was already starting here, when we bought the home. So I make sure I'm the point of contact, to make sure if someone goes out. And if we didn't negotiate, if the house is bigger and I didn't put the right amount, I cover the first service call cost for them, so they're not paying out of pocket, and they know that. And so I just think like, when you do call them about that, let them know. I feel like we try to say like, oh, it was nothing, we didn't do anything, like, we have to tell them what the hell we did.
Yeah, for sure. It's so true. And I don't think we explained that well enough. By the way, I negotiated this for you and I still have paid for it. You know what that means to you?
Yeah.
I think we just skate right past it. Get you to close, right? Great example. Thank you for sharing that. It made me think of something when you said that, and I'm gonna share it, but now I forgot. So we're gonna move on. Okay, so. Oh, I was gonna say, you probably remember things. Who's been in the business more than 5 years? Okay, you probably remember things from deals that you did 10 years ago, right? And do you know how much that makes someone feel important when you remember something? Hey, remember when you bought that house 4 years ago and you were worried about the furnace? How is it held up? I'm just curious.
So I was gonna say I'm bad at this, but this is my goal. I am kind of a note taker, but I will put all of those things in my CRS. So I will say, worried about the furnace or whatever, then I'll look before I call.
Love.
And then it reminds me to go back and say that, like, we negotiated the roof, how is it holding up?
Yeah, I love that. See, that was what I was thinking, and I'm glad you're practicing this because it really truly is a way to make them feel seen, heard, loved. What do you want more than anything? Referrals and repeat business, right? We don't want to have to make cold calls and do leads the rest of our lives. We want repeat business. When they feel loved, they cared about, they're going to use you every time. Every time. So I love that, Barbie. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so we're gonna do a little workshop. I have, for one, I have your Ninja 9 calls. The goal here is to make 10 calls a week. So 2 per day. That's it. 2. Record who you called on this. This is just something, takeaway homework. And discuss your next steps and then follow up on any opportunities that you get during that. Okay, yeah.
So when we did Ninja, they've talked about, and this is why I'm mentioning it, because it was really hard for me, was to go in all of, even if you haven't done a deal with. And to me, it's easier to reach out to people that I've had, deals with, or just like friends or whatever, because I always feel like I'm selling something. So are you wanting, is that part of this?
Mhm.
Okay.
Like people that you haven't done a deal with?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, right, a warm lead that went quiet after your last showing. These are scenarios I want you to do right now. Just, you don't have to be in groups of 3, but let's just turn to the person next to you and one be the client, one be the observer. Here's your scenarios. Pick one. A past buyer from 2 years ago that you haven't spoken to since closing, go through the 5-step process with the 2 Fords. A seller whose home didn't sell last year. Oh, how many of us think they hate me, I didn't sell their house. I'm not gonna call them unless they call me back. Do you know how times I've listed one person's home and I thought they hated me every time they asked me 3 times to list it, and I still haven't sold it, but they keep pulling it off the market too, so it's not really my fault. But it made me realize when they asked me 3 times, they actually really like me, so I should probably call them. Think what's going on. How about a VIP client who refers too often? You can pick that as the scenario. Hey, through the 5 steps. A warm lead the one client, okay? So one of you, see if the agent sounded natural or scripted, find out if they provided value, and then ask a question to keep the conversation flowing. Okay, so here are some scripts for you. If you want to use those, but I want you to turn to the person next to you, do a real quick workshop. Pick one of these.
What would you say that calling your most negative client? You're the best negative client I ever had. You in the prime.
Think of something to tell them. Sorry, I'm gonna get so you don't call it there.
They what?
Yeah, think of something, anything, private, your negative, positive.
So just turn the negative into something positive any way you can.
Okay, let's you and I work out. Yeah.
Okay, which one do you wanna do?
So if you find it.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. How is your? So what are you doing? So recreational.
What do you mean by that? I don't know.
Sounds like you're off.
Because it's more pretty about that.
Yeah, I've got to.
What if you done
How did you go to the?
But that's just, yeah, that's just it. So great.
I think we can sell one.
You did?
Yes.
Isn't
Yeah. And then I took it to, yes, and then I went to seal on it. And it was hard to hide those. But
It's amazing.
but it was wonderful, and the miracle happened. My husband actually did a sing along with it, it was so normal.
That sounds horrible,
But he's cooperating, so I'm learning to just take what I can get. And actually, I'd like to do it differently. Are there any dreams or goals you'd like to share? Aspirations?
I mean, you're not college, that's all I was just saying.
Really? Yes. We just like to get your grades and that was not to
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
And they would read them some.
Yeah.
Would you buy on what would you buy put in their room, like a bathroom or
Oh, yeah,
office?
I love classroom. Gift wrapping station.
Oh, would that be incredible?
I would love that.
That would be wonderful. So you're into, bougie recipe.
I just really like writing things and using it with stuff.
See, there's a segue into, you could give them some nice wrapping. You just learn, yeah, so that works.
And then.
And then I'm gonna do dreams, goals and aspirations, because the dreams, I'm afraid some guys might tell me what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna, I've had PV clients who are unwise.
What do you think?
And I like how I said, how you transform your room.
Yeah, sure.
Because then you learn about the dreams, goals and aspirations. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, you get it,
Okay,
so.
let's do them all. Okay, let's do until everyone, let's practice all of them. Okay, what do we do? The house. And have focus clothing.
You got it.
That's terrible. I'm terrible.
You are?
Yes.
I know you're the best conversationalist.
I am, but not when it closes nicely. I didn't wanna leave it, but that means good.
Yeah.
No, I'm scared to death of that one.
Okay, let's do
But because I think it's closed nicely, like I'm sitting at the what growth on the ring.
I'm gonna let you that way too. We gotta get better at
We
this.
do, because that could be.
2 years, do you know how many of my clients, 2 years long since that is?
I know. But don't you feel like that? If you got it to find speed, move it.
But find a reason why 2 years is like different.
Right.
What was it? Capital gain. Wait, did you, the capital gains, like, you know, capital gains.
No, I can't take that approach. But I could, it's gotta be more personable with me,
Okay.
even at closing.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, like that, that's, yes, yeah. Health and neighborhood, I like the one, there is of updating, that would be a segue. That one, that I would do.
List that I'd love to.
Not that one.
Yeah, I like that, because then it talks to them, but it's not, you're not selling. And I don't wanna talk about the past, exactly what is that, right? Because I'm afraid they're gonna dress up something and like.
They hand you one. They say to you. Oh, I'm really so frustrated about that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we need to do better.
Because let me tell you this, I tried comps on your house.
Yeah.
I had $40,000 in it.
I'm gonna use the one, is there anything you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 years afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, good job. I love it. All right, you guys. How do you guys feel like your partner did? And did they keep the conversation flowing? Was it easy to communicate? Was it hard? Was it, you know, you're questioning yourself the whole time? Yes.
And what my dreams are, it's weird.
Yes, that is what
What are you wearing?
that's what it sounds like.
That's why I say don't use the word dream.
No, I use what's your goals and
He
aspirations.
giggles though, so I think that he intentionally.
Yeah, for sure. We got flowers, he does.
What are your plans for the summer? What are, you know, that sort of thing?
Yeah, have you been on any?
Or I came up
Do you have
with
any big trips?
a good one, now that your children are graduating, how are you transforming their rooms?
Oh, there you go. I asked if you still like your husband.
Really, do you provide marriage counseling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think as long as you keep it authentic, you're gonna be fine.
Totally agree.
As soon as you start like purposefully trying to
Yes.
plant stuff or what, as soon as it turns phony, then
Yeah.
you're done.
And that's
I
what
think you just keep it authentic, and even if you stumble or fumble, it's not that big of a deal as long as you're just being you.
That's what my husband said, Popeyes would be ridiculous for him, but for me, they're perfectly fine. I'm just popping in and saying hi.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well,
Your question is fine, but if I were to ask a woman, you still let your husband, that comes awkward.
No, then that segues into what you dream about, what are you wearing, and are you available?
I can get away with a lot more, a woman of color, I can ask a lot more questions, I can be racist.
What's the
Stay
best,
here late.
what's the best worst answer you've ever gotten?
Do you still like your husband?
Yeah, because if they say, I hate him, we're divorcing, you say, oh, good, I'll sell your house.
No,
Yeah.
most people are not, they're just like, we're getting used to it. No one's gonna bare their soul to me.
Oh, they
Try to
do
stay
to me.
away from divorce too.
Oh, they do to me. I think I am a Catholic priest. I'm like, you know, that's your deepest, darkest secret. I really didn't want to know.
okay, well, I'm proud of you guys for doing the awkward workshop because you gotta have these phone calls, but even if they give you the forward frame, I don't want you to feel like you have to stick completely to it. Just like Tim said, feel the way the waves are going. If it's going this way, you can paddle that way. If it's going this way, you paddle that way. And if they're veering off to something they want to talk about, go there. I said something about watching Wicked and she said, I just watched the Wicked thing. And we all of a sudden, oh my gosh, have you sung the songs? And we went down that road. It wasn't like, hang on, what are your dreams? Right? You don't
Yeah.
interrupt somebody.
Yeah. I thought I did Wicked sing along.
Yeah, so feel the way the conversation goes and keep it authentic the way Tim was saying. So don't feel like you have to stick to forward. It's there if it starts to feel like I don't know what to say next. Oh, I know. how's your job? How are things going at work?
Hmm.
Okay? You know what to say next, but you don't have to stick to it. Okay? At least that's how I handle it. I know Ninja wants you to try and stick to them. All right, you guys, so here is your little thing. Challenge is 10 calls per week. I don't care if it's a past client. I don't care if it's a current client. I don't care if it is a friend of yours that you've never done business with. So I want you to, here's your little tracker to track them, 2 per day. Practice before calls, and I want you to use the 5-step process and feel like you are creating connection. And then what I want you to do is record your some of the cool things that happen. So, does everybody have?
Okay, sweet.
One conversation a day can change your business. All right, you guys, did you know, everyone have Group Me on their phone?
No.
If you want to be a part of the Presidio Ninja Group Me, search Presidio Ninja Group and go to Group Me and search Presidio Ninja Group. And that is where you can ask questions, share wins. Hey, you guys, I just did my 2 calls today and I got a referral.
Oh,
Share it with us because you are inspiring someone else to make that phone call. They might be having that call reluctance, but when you say, I got a referral, I'm so excited. Just for making a quick call to see how someone's doing. Please share it with us, okay? So Group Me, everyone know how to get that? No? No? Okay, so
I did a search for Presidio Ninja. And it's not coming up.
Yeah.
I wrote Presidio Ninjas.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, you know what? I might not have it open to the public.
It still doesn't have.
Okay, I'll add everybody in this room.
for you, I would just go visit people and smile. You have a lovely smile.
Okay, it's not letting me do it right now, but I will.
Hi.
I want you
Do
to
welcome and do this.
yeah, please share your wins. I want you to feel like there's a connection here, even at your brokerage and within people that you work with, so that you feel supported. We want to support you, but sometimes you're far away, and so we don't get to see you, and so it's hard to help you feel connected. And we have all these resources like that. We also have a Presidio Ninja Facebook page, I believe, and you can join that as well and share there too. I don't love a Facebook. Group Me is perfect for me. Everyone's on their phone all day. Okay, you guys, any takeaways? Anything you want to talk about before we close the class 8 minutes early?
8 minutes.
Okay.
I listened to this local podcast the other day about, it was kind of about marketing and interacting with people, but she talked about, she actually pointed out phone calls specifically, and she said, when you pick up the phone and you call someone and you're making small talk, the tone of that conversation is what they will remember more than the actual conversation. So if you can direct it towards something more positive, they'll leave having a more positive, happy feeling, and that's what they'll remember about that conversation with you than negative. So I actually started to do that when I make small talk with people, and if I'm like, oh, don't you love like the fall weather? And if they immediately go into, oh no, actually I hate the cold, then instead of me being like, oh yeah, it's the worst, and we just like start feeding off of like that negative energy, I can flip it to being like, oh yeah, I can totally get that. Like, what do you love about summertime? Or, and, you know, there's a way to turn it, and then like, let's talk about something that's actually positive. And let's like kind of get side where you were like, we're not just gonna jump into like, what are your dreams? Let's get off track, right? Like,
Yeah,
let's just, it's a conversation. But I've noticed that as I've been more intentional with it, my conversations with people have been so much better, because instead of me being like, oh, this is common ground, let's sit here and gripe, but let's kind of be negative together, I look for ways to like, well, how can we turn this and talk about something that's a little more positive? But then you leave the conversation and instead of being like, that's such a nice chat, right? Versus leaving and being like, oh, so glad we hate, you know, whatever together. It's really nice to bond over that too, but
Yeah,
that the negativity versus positivity, it's a real thing.
it's so true. I love that. That was a great example. Thank you.
I want to
Because you
role
can't
play
get sucked
with
into
you
all
and have you be that negative client, because I struggle with that. Some clients, I'm like, I don't know enough swear words to talk to you.
Hey, you guys, I'm
I
sorry,
know.
I didn't have the Group Me go to the public, now I do. So you can hop back in and join it right now. Everyone on Zoom, you can join the Group Me, it's Presidio Ninjas. And we will be able to share our 5 calls, our 10 calls, our 5-step process with each other, okay? But if you have any questions in there, hop in and ask. There's people, I've been through Ninja 4 times. There's people that have been through it more than me. They'll remember things, so don't feel like you have to know everything. Just go in there and ask. Hey, what's the 5 steps again for the phone calls? We'll help you, okay? Okay, you guys. 6 minutes early. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of Presidio. We love that you guys care about your business and the new clients the way you do, and that you are committed to coming to classes like this to learn how to be a better person and a better agent, okay? So I'm here the rest of the day. Well, not really the rest of the day, for the next hour if you need me, but thank you for being here.
Thank you.